I knew what I was getting into, and that I already accepted the fact that it was going to be noisy, and like I said, he had the support, and that's great. He should. He's a fantastic guy, and he deserves all the support that he gets. But at the same time, I had a job to do, and it was 4 legs to 25,000 pounds, and I just kept picking them off one at a time. And when I got to that final opportunity, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, this is for 25,000. It's not for a double 4 anymore. But like I said, luckily my doubles pulled through.
Here we are with the champion of Series 11, Jeff Smith. Jeff, first of all, congratulations. Your name is on the trophy. I'm going to just ask you to try and sum up your emotions when that winning dart hit the double 4.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of game for me. Obviously, it was a tough match with Jimmy. He's a great player. I had a lot of fan support, so I knew I was up against it. But yeah, when that 18, that was my moneymaker the first week that I qualified to get there, and that was the one that ended up winning in the end.
The series as a whole, I mean, you won right back in week 1.
170, the big fish for the win. Needed the first start perfect, so Danny Ayres on debut has an opportunity 81. To take the title. Double 13 now, steps back. The world on his shoulders. Danny Ayres misses a match start.
So a chance now for Jeff to take out 115 for the match. Treble 20 is a target.
97.
Just wires the double 18. So another chance now for Danny.
Goes 1, needs double 6 now. This for the title. 3 match starts come and gone. Jeff Smith cannot believe his luck. He's chose to split. Double 4 for the match. And he finally gets
and the winner of the MODUS Super Series
over the line,
11,
Jeff Smith.
Week 1 from Canada. It's the silencer, Jeff
Series
Smith.
11, Week 1, beats Danny Ayres on debut. Danny had his own shots on target, match starts as well.
You had a longer wait than anybody to get to Champions Week. What was the sort of process like, trying to just wait for that week to come around?
Yeah, it was perfect for me, really, because it spawned into a lot of other wins that I played a Canadian Nationals and won that, and a couple of ranking tournaments, and I was in the final down in LA, and it really sparked my game again. So yeah, it was perfect for me. The timing, had some time to actually get myself in a position where I was ready to play Champions Week.
Did you feel when you won that week that was overdue?
Yeah, I could have been there earlier if I had to put my game together, and just, I guess you're just trying to figure out the surroundings. It's something new for me. The setup here is immaculate, but it's nothing like we would have at home. So to me, to get back into that sink and that type of darts again, it took a little bit to get used to it.
But we had seen you play here and play really well before. I mean, I think one of the finals nights you lost both matches with 3-figure averages, didn't you? So
yeah.
If you miss as Hood returns and can put Moreno Michels through. Double 4.
68.
So close.
Justin,
yet so far.
40. Game shot and the match.
And it's Hood who hits. And that means that Jeff Smith will take no further part in this evening, despite putting on one of the most polished displays we've seen at the Super Series.
I guess you've known that the game is there and good enough to, well, not only win a week, but to lift this trophy eventually?
Yeah, I was always there or thereabouts, so it's just a matter of you need that little bit of luck, and I didn't really have that when the first couple of times I was over. But this time, like I said, I had a little luck against Danny Ayres back in week 1, and I had a little luck against Jimmy.
Champions Week as a whole, you came in Group B. That group was hard fought, but you seemed to kind of stay away from the drama and just did your thing and seemed pretty certain that you were going through from quite early on.
Yeah, every week that I've been here, I've been able to qualify except for the double out tournament. But I'm confident that I'm going to come through in any group that I play in, and just based on that format where it's not one coming through, there's either 3 or 2 or whatever it may be. I know I can get to the top of that page if I need to. So.
Jeff requires 18.
Smith splits, and Smith
Game,
hits,
shot,
and he's
and
hit
the match. Jeff
John
Smith.
O'Shea for 6. What a stunning performance from Jeff Smith.
Is there a different feeling coming here on a Champions Week than on a normal week?
Well, yeah, there's a couple of gimme matches usually that you know that you're gonna you can tune your game up, and when you're in Champions Week, there's no tuning your game up. You either are ready to go from the get-go or you're gonna get left behind.
And we saw that with one of the players that ended up in your group, Derek Coulson, who before the week was made favourite by the bookmakers. Being in that group and seeing players like him go out, does that just show you how strong the field is for a champion?
100%. I didn't realize Derek was as good as he was, and then you watch him practice and warm up, and then thinking, man, this guy's like really smacking that triple 20 a lot. So this is going to be a difficult game, and like I said, and you just have to grind out wins when you have the opportunity, and lucky enough, he gave up a couple errors. And
Smith has left what he prefers. Does Coulson stop him? He doesn't. And after 2 missed at double 12
52.
to win 4-2,
Jeff requires
he goes to the other side of the board to get this one 4-3. It goes in,
Game,
and he
shot,
stops Coulson from
and
getting
the
a shot at
match.
72. Are we going to see those two both through tonight?
It gets you to the big event, of course, Champions Night. Always a full house in here, playing for this beautiful trophy. Big prize as well, £25,000. What was the feeling like that day before the darts started, just building up to it? Were there any nerves, excitement?
yeah, until I got to the final, I was cruising. I did everything right. Preparation was perfect. Like I said, for me being a Canadian, the evening sessions are a lot easier for me. I struggled a bit this week in the morning sessions just because it's literally I'm getting here at 4 o'clock in the morning my time, and so for me it's not bad, but it is what it is. We get through.
And then the final, obviously you mentioned it earlier, playing against Jimmy. He's got a huge support here, but you seem to deal with that. It didn't seem to kind of put you off at all, whereas perhaps in the semi-final, Graham Usher let it get to him a little bit, it might be fair to say.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, please do not call out when the players are throwing. Thank you.
There's no time to be drawn into drama. You've got to dismiss and move on very, very quickly. And he is moving on. Look at him go.
He doesn't want to score any more 180s in this game. He's now got 3, averaging 95.
100.
He's had plenty of darts at a
Jimmy
double.
requires 44.
He only needs 1 more. Jimmy Van Ski is yet again into a MODUS Super Series final. He will get his chance at redemption. And this time, it will not be against a player from his home country. We are going to have 2 of the best players at this level of darts facing off for the Series 11 Championship.
I knew what I was getting into, and that I already accepted the fact that it was going to be noisy, and like I said, he had the support, and that's great. He should. He's a fantastic guy, and he deserves all the support that he gets. But at the same time, I had a job to do, and it was 4 legs to £25,000, and I just kept picking them off one at a time. And when I got to that final opportunity, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, this is for 25,000. It's not for a double four anymore. But like I said, luckily my doubles pulled through.
Is this Jeff Smith's moment? Starts on the bullseye. It's a dart at double 18. He's been trying to leave it all week, and he misses it for the title.
74.
Jimmy Van Ski to save his skin.
126.
What a moment for him. 126 for the match and get his name on that title.
Andreas Harrison's name's on that trophy. And he did it when Cam Crabtree was sat on a double. He took out a 1-2-1. Is this flashback vibes? Can Jimmy Van Ski do the same? Just needs the one treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the bull.
101.
Oh, unlucky.
Jeff requires 18.
18 is still not an easy finish, yeah? He's just got a lot of pressure on it. He's going to split it. 2 darts for double four for the match.
Game. Shot. And the MODUS Super Series 11 champion, Jeff Smith.
Well, just look what that means to Jeff Smith. Jeff Smith is the Super Series champion. £25,000, a place in the ADC Global Championship, and the 11th name on the MODUS Super Series title. Jimmy Van Ski gave it his all. He missed a match start, but the moment, the night, the series belongs to the silencer.
There was a moment as well, of course, before that where he has a shot. He has a shot at the bull for a 1-2-6 checkout.
Yeah.
What's going through your head at that point?
Why did I miss double 18? The double that would make me the money on every opportunity, and I just rushed that dart a little bit because of that situation. And like I said, it nearly cost me because he didn't miss it by much.
Okay, and then splitting for the double four, or giving yourself 2 darts at double rather than going for the double 9. What was your thinking there?
Yeah, I was doing that. The second he missed, I was walking to the line. I already knew what I was doing. So I always said, when you go to the line, you always shoot the first thing that pops in your head, and that's what I was thinking at the time.
In a way, is that almost an example of trying to take away the importance of it, because that's what you would do if it was the first leg of the Monday morning, so therefore I should do the same thing in the final?
I've been in these situations over 20 years many, many, many times, so it's just a matter of I can hit a double, I got a dart in my hand to hit it, and put them away. You got them.
The new MODUS Super Series champion, the silencer, Jeff Smith! Ladies and gentlemen, the 11th MODUS Super Series champion, the silencer, Jeff Smith!
Huge moment for you, huge moment for us here at the Super Series as well, the first North American champion, a trophy for a Canadian. What's darts like in Canada and the US right now?
Yeah, the Americans have a lot of huge 20,000 plus tournaments, so it's nice to be able to scoot down and play them once in a while. And like I say, the Vegas Open and Florida's with the DPFLs, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. So there's money to be made. Canada, it's not really worth traveling the circuit, so I don't really push for the number one, but to play a national championship, that comes with some prestige, and I'm happy to have won my 3rd one this year. So.
And we have had historically a few players coming over. I mean, John Parts played on this stage, Jim Long, who's now got a tour card, and American players as well, like Leonard Gates, Alex Spellman, Jason Brandon, who's playing this week at the international pairs as well. Does the MODUS Super Series, has that captured the imagination of players over there? I know not all of them have maybe got the means to travel, but is this a bit of a badge of honor when you go back home? Oh, absolutely. It's a big commitment to come over here. And like I said, you're starting to see, and whether it's me, John, whoever it is that has laid the groundwork for these guys, that the opportunities and the potential is here. So
you just put your time in and get on that dartboard and make sure you're in a position. Hopefully you get an invite to come here.
Just for the benefit, and by the way, winning that, your invites are secure for many series to come. Just for the benefit of our Pluto TV viewers who maybe didn't know as much about you before you won this, just tell us a little bit about your background, how you got into darts, and your story, really.
Yeah, I started off in the Canadian youth program. My grandfather decided I was playing at the house and I was doing pretty well, that he'd start a youth league, and that was back when I was got to be 12 years old, I guess, and that's how long I've been playing the game. Graduated through the NDFC youth program, it's one of the best in the world as far as I'm concerned, and from that it just spun off. I didn't win anything in the youth, but I was always there or thereabouts, and I remember playing my first adult nationals and knocking off the Canadian #1, who was Carl Mercer at the time. Played Lakeside many times, and it just turned into I never really was a BDO, PDC, any NDFC player. I just went wherever the darts took me, and that's basically how my whole career's gone.
But you have had highlights in all of those organisations. What would you regard as your biggest achievements, your biggest moments?
Yeah, there's so many. Lakeside is obviously right up there, making the final. That got me into the Grand Slam, where I got to play Phil Taylor in a top 16 match. That's something you get goosebumps when you hear that crowd when they're cheering for him. But I've also won a World Cup in Japan, and that comes with it's a world title. Like Barney and I had that conversation before, and it's something that can never be taken away. So I'm going to go probably with the World Cup in Japan.
And just tell us a little bit about your experience playing on the PDC Pro Tour as well, the commitment that must have taken coming over from Canada.
Yeah, it was so difficult. The first 2 years I come out of the gates flying, but unfortunately,
final in your first weekend, is that right?
First weekend I played Gary Anderson. I took out Aspinall and Divenboda, and the matches that I did really well when I first started. But the downside is it was straight into COVID, and that, with the restrictions that Canada had on, every time I played here and I went home, I had to quarantine for an additional 2 weeks. So they put me in a COVID jail hotel, you may as well say, at my expense. So everything I was making, I was trying to finance everything to get to the next Pro Tours, and I was making enough, but just enough. And how I survived that for 4 years, I'll have no idea. But I would never change it.
You must really love the game of darts.
You could say that. Yeah, I do.
For all those sacrifices, because it is a game that a lot of the top level stuff is played here in the UK, in Europe. What are your sort of plans now for the next few years?
Yeah, I'm not going to change anything. I go where the darts take me, and like I said, this tournament has led on to an ADC Global Championship, and that's going to be something new for me. But it's another challenge, and I can't wait to have that a go.
Yeah, and again, a chance to lift a big trophy, to be the first from the American continent to do that. Obviously, the current champion is from Africa.
3 darts, 16. A double 8 for the title. Devon Peterson is a global superstar.
ADC Global Champion from South Africa, the African Warrior, Devon Peterson.
Devon Peterson from Mitchell's Plain in South Africa climbs to the summit of the Global Championship. Adam Lipscomb, who represented Portsmouth so well, so proudly, who came so close to the title, is defied by that man there, Devon Peterson.
It says a lot about darts, doesn't it, globally, that it's not just players from over here predominantly that are taking the big titles.
Darts is in a good place right now, and it's the up and coming generation with the Luke Humphreys and the Luke Lettlers and what they're doing right now. I've talked to many manufacturers where it's hard to buy a dartboard because the game is just exploding now, and that's good for everyone.
Just finally, just one last sort of thought on that night, winning that trophy. When you're lifting the trophy, when the confetti is coming down, when you've achieved what you set out to achieve, what is that feeling like?
Yeah, I'm not one to usually show emotion, and that one hit me. And like I said, I don't know if it may have come across as being a poor sport, but I was so excited at that moment when Jimmy's trying to shake hands, but I went back over to give him a hug straight away. It's just an adrenaline rush that came over you that, man, I just won 25,000 pounds, and you know what I mean? You can use that for all the travels and obviously taking the wife on a holiday she's coming to Korea, so it's going to be well used.
And I think the dart you threw up in the air has pretty much landed in the spot you're sat in now, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but it just, like I said, you're just in the heat of the moment, and it was an amazing night for sure.
But look, we all enjoyed it. Congratulations for winning it, and thanks so much for sharing that story with us today.
Appreciate you having me, guys.
Top man, thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, my
Cheers. Perfect.